I don't know how to say this, but I think we need to go to therapy. That was how it started, a quiet dinner, the flickering candle between us, her voice soft but firm. I remember the way she played with the stem of her wine glass, her fingers twisting around it like she was bracing herself for impact. At first, I thought she was joking. Therapy. For us. We weren't perfect, but we weren't that bad either. Sure, the last few months had been different. She had been distant, her laughter a little less frequent, her kisses a little more absent, but that's marriage, right? People go through phases. Still, I agreed, because I loved her, because if something was bothering her, I wanted to fix it. We met 8 years ago at a coffee shop. Cliché, I know. She was standing in line, arguing with the barista about how her drink was made, and I was next in line, watching with equal parts amusement and admiration. She had this fire, this spark that made her different. I asked her out right there, while she was still flustered from the argument. She rolled her eyes, but she said yes. Our love was the kind that made people envious, or at least, that's what I thought. We traveled together, built a life that felt whole. She used to look at me like I was her entire world, and I had no doubt she was mine. But love is tricky. It doesn't crumble all at once, it erodes slowly, quietly, until one day you wake up next to a stranger. Looking back, there were signs. The late nights at work. The way she started guarding her phone, tilting it away from me when a message popped up. The small, almost imperceptible moments when she would pull away from my touch. I told myself it was stress, that maybe she was just going through something she didn't know how to talk about. Then therapy happened. We sat in the therapist's office, the room filled with muted tones and soft lighting, designed to make people feel safe. But I didn't feel safe. I felt like I was walking into something I didn't understand. The therapist asked her to start. She hesitated, her nails digging into her palm. I just feel disconnected. Like we're not on the same page anymore. Like we're living parallel lives instead of together. I opened my mouth to argue, to tell her I was right there, that I was trying, but then she continued. I feel like you don't see me anymore. I flinched, because that wasn't true. I saw her. I saw her so much it hurt. And yet, something didn't sit right with me. There was something rehearsed in her words, something off. Then her phone vibrated, just once. She ignored it, but I saw the flicker of panic in her eyes. And that was the moment. The exact second I knew. My heart started pounding, and my mind started connecting dots I had been too blind to see before. The late nights, the secrecy, the unexplained sadness in her voice when she looked at me. I knew I wasn't losing her. I had already lost her. I wasn't stupid. I had my suspicions for weeks, and I had proof, screenshots, messages, pictures. I reached into my pocket and pulled out my phone, my fingers cold as I unlocked it. I see you, I whispered, my voice eerily calm. She frowned. What? I turned the phone around, holding it up for her to see. The therapist stiffened, sensing the shift in the air. Her face drained of color. The messages were right there, glaring in the artificial light of my screen, her texts to someone else. Someone she had been confiding in, spending time with. Someone who wasn't me. I can't do this anymore. I feel trapped. He doesn't understand me. I think I love you. That last one felt like a bullet to the chest. She covered her mouth with her hands, shaking her head. No, it's not what you think. Don't. I cut her off, my voice sharper than I intended. Don't lie. Not here. Not now. The therapist shifted awkwardly. Maybe we should take a moment. I laughed. Actually laughed, a bitter, hollow sound. A moment for what? So she can come up with a better excuse? Her eyes filled with tears, but I had no sympathy left to give. How long? I asked, my voice barely above a whisper. She didn't answer. How long? A sob escaped her lips. A year. A year. God. I had spent the last year trying to fix us, trying to reach her, while she had already made up her mind. The therapist said something about processing emotions, about not making rash decisions, but I barely heard her. I stood up. The room felt too small, too suffocating. I think we're done here, I said, my voice steady, even as my world crumbled. She reached for me, but I stepped back. Please, she whispered. But it was too late. I don't remember driving home. I don't remember packing a bag. I just remember standing in the doorway, looking at the life we had built together, and realizing it had been gone long before I had the proof. She tried to call. She sent messages, left voicemails, begging me to talk. I didn't answer, because love doesn't die in a single moment. It dies in the little things, in the trust that fades long before the final betrayal. And right there, in that therapist's office, I had finally seen it for what it was. The end.